want to do something for those of you who are not sure about the origins of the Halloween celebration. So I'm going to read something from a book called Fossilized Customs. On page 39 of this book called Fossilized Customs, it reads, "The two Celtic words hallowed eve, evening, came from all hallowed even, and now we call it Halloween." So the first part of the word is hallow, H-A-L-L-O-W, and it says to make or set apart as holy, to respect or honor greatly, to revere. Eve, it defines Eve in the dictionary as, it says, the evening or day preceding a special day. The evening or day preceding a special day, such as a holiday. The period immediately preceding a certain event. The eve or the evening. So when you say hallowed, holy, set apart, a day of reverence, Eve. Halloween, it says, an October 31st celebrated in the United States of America and the British Isles by children going door to door while wearing costumes and begging treats and playing pranks. So Halloween is a day about begging for treats and playing pranks. It says All Saints Day, November 1st, the day on which a Christian feast honoring all the saints is observed. Okay, so if we are supposed to honor all the saints that play pranks and then beg for treats, then we're making that a holy day for evil or for people that are being deceitful. Halloween means hallow, holy, eve, holy evening. The roots of this festival come to us from Druid demon worship. Witches were said to fly brooms over their crops to teach them how to grow. It was a fertility myth. When the first Roman Catholic missionaries encountered these Druids, they met stubborn resistance because the inhabitants of the Anglo land, Sweden, Netherlands, Northern Germany, Finland, Ireland, were very nationalistic. The rituals we embrace as Halloween was originally called the Feast of Dead, or called Samhain, pronounced Samhain, and was on November the 1st. These pre-Christian Druids had the barbarian doing ghastly things. It was a dread occasion, since it was thought that time stood still and the souls of the dead walked the land. Gifts, especially food, were left outside for these roaming ghosts, with the hope that no harm would come to the household. The Druids chose certain children to be burned alive on bonfires as offerings to the sun. Parents tied yellow ribbons around oak trees as prayers to the sun to have their children spared. Remember that song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree? Okay. The fat left over from the chop was fashioned into a candle and placed into a carved out pumpkin and hollowed out vegetable with round sun-shaped design. The victim was called Jack-o'-lantern. Prisoners and unlike people were burned alive in wicked cages shaped in the forms of animals, hung from trees. All of this was ultimately to pay homage to the sun. Woden or Odin, as you now know, this Druid deity gives us our name for the fourth day of the week, Woden Day, which is Wednesday. They sanctified the pagan rituals by camouflaging them in the 7th century. The day chosen to honor all the hallowed saints was first observed on the evening of May the 13th and was known as All Hallows Festival. This festival was officially authorized in 835 CE by Pope Gregory the Fourth, after it was moved to November 1st to coincide with the festival of Samhain. So you can see from what we read so far that Halloween Eve is the evening of worshiping of the dead. Let me read something else for you. I'm going to go to the scriptures. I'm going to read one passage of scripture and I'm going to be done with this. Deuteronomy chapter 18 and verse 9. It reads as follows. When thou art come into the land which Yah your Elohim give you, you shall not learn to do after the abominations of the nations. These shall not be found among you. Anyone that maketh his son or daughter to pass through the fire. And we read already that that's what the custom of the Druids was, to offer bonfires to burn people alive. He says here, you shall not allow your son or daughter to pass through the fire to be offered to the sun. Okay, that's what they did. Pass it through the fire, or use divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. So this day, Halloween, brothers and sisters, cut, clear, and concise. It's about witches and warlocks. It's about the evil darkness. That's why it's highlighted. There's nothing holy set apart about this day. Okay? It's just straight wicked, playing pranks on people, trick or treat. Okay, now, he says, verse 11, or a charmer or a consultant with familiar spirits. A consultant with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these are an abomination unto Yah, and because of these abominations, Yah, thy Elohim, does drive them out from before him. You shall be perfect with Yah your Elohim, for these nations which you shall possess hearken unto the observer of times and unto diviners. But as for you, Yah your Elohim have not suffered you so to do. So as I close, teach your children to be obedient sons and daughters of this covenant. You say you are a Christian, you are a believer, you are a follower of truth. Teach your children not to participate in the works of darkness. Shaul says that, and you can look that up and find it yourself. He says, don't be a participator of darkness, but reprove the works of darkness. Reprove those. Don't participate in the works of darkness. Reprove the works of darkness and serve the Father in holiness, in righteousness, by being obedient. Walk in the Spirit, and you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. You that choose to be disobedient and continue to teach your children pagan practices and rituals, to invite spirits of divination into your home, shame on you. Because you say, I don't want to deprive my child from having fun. You're inviting the spirit of wickedness into your home when you participate in practices like that. Until the next time, shalom, shalom, shalom.